Beware of a passivity that disguises itself as faith. Now, I know I just started a sermon with beware. Beware. I know. I'm not trying to scare you. However, beware of a passivity that disguises itself as faith. What is passivity? Passivity is an unwillingness to own what comes our way. It can lead to inaction. It can lead to feeling frozen and stuck. It's like, this happened to me, and I'm just here. Beware of a passivity that disguises itself as faith. Nothing that I'm aware of will keep us more stuck than passivity that is dressed up with theological language. One of the most dangerous things out there is when we fail to own the things in our lives and we have flowery God language to dress it up. What in the world can that look like? Is it waiting or is it avoidance? Am I trusting God's timing or am I avoiding what I know I need to do? Do you really need more info to leave your job? Or do you know that you're supposed to go and join this startup and you're just scared? Because once you step out, take that first step, now you're going to disappoint people. Once you let everybody know, the people who are counting on you, hey, I'm not going to be here. Whoa, that's scary. What's going to happen to my relationships? Is it waiting on God? I'm just waiting for God to make it clear. Or is it already clear and we're just avoiding that hard thing? What about not having a hard conversation? Is that spiritual? Or are you like, no, I'm not having this hard conversation because I just don't want to force it? Or is that avoidance dressed up with polite manners? You're out to dinner. Your friend tells an embarrassing story about you. You didn't like it. Everybody teases you about it. Ugh. I want to talk to my friend and be like, hey, that broke our relationship a little bit. Like there's a thing in between you and me right now. I don't want to say anything though because I don't want to force it. Let's just let things happen naturally. Is that really letting things happen naturally, or is that being avoidant? What about using prayer as a substitute for action? Oh, I've never done that, but I've heard it's possible that people can pray about things for years with no follow-up subsequent action. Beware of a passivity that disguises itself as faith. God, would you just really make it clear? Would you really make it clear what I'm supposed to do? How about this one? Do you know about this one? How about calling chronic disappointment contentment? Or in the words of Indie Darling's Death Cab for Cutie, ba-ba, this is the sound of settling. You had hopes, you had dreams. You really wanted to chase after those, and it just meant obstacle after obstacle. And instead of just like, okay, how do I adjust? How do I move forward? You're like, you know what? I just need to be content. This is what it is. And you kind of turn off your feelings so you don't feel disappointed, and you just stay in that state and you call it contentment. Beware of a passivity that disguises itself as faith. Nothing will keep us stuck like theological passivity. I'm just waiting on the Lord. What are you going to say to that? Like, don't. Yeah, bad idea. I'm just trusting God's timing. Oh, and what a mistake. Right? It's a really good shield. It's a really good shield. Not all waiting is trusting. Here's the thing. The opposite of passivity is activity. But the antidote to passivity is not activity. Right? The opposite of passivity, it's like, okay, I shouldn't be passive. What should I be? Active. No, those are just opposites. The opposite of passivity is activity, but the antidote to passivity is ownership. The opposite of passivity is not its antidote. Ownership is how we get through passivity.